You know, I want to tell a brief story. Maybe it's not so brief, but I'll tell it anyway. In my memoir, The Great Good Thing, I talk about, I've said this on the air before. I've lived two lives, and one of life from the age of my birth to the age of 28, I was out of my mind. I was miserable. I was twisted. I was unhappy. And then really miraculously, I turned that around. You can read the whole story. I won't tell it here. But during this time, one of the things I was a fake. I would fake. I did no schoolwork. For the first several years of my life, I did no schoolwork, and I never read the books that I was assigned. So Moby Dick, a book I've now read 3 times, never read it. And yet I took tests on Moby Dick. I went to discussions on Moby. It was incredible. I got through it. How did I do it? Here was my con. Okay. I had a con. The con was this. All you have to do is say something shocking, and nobody will notice that you haven't read the book, that you don't have anything. You don't have the stuff you're talking about. So you come out, Moby Dick, great classic. You say, I think it's overrated. I think Moby Dick is overrated. Only takes one sentence, right? And now they're on the defensive, and it never occurs to them to say, oh yeah, what happens on page 15? It doesn't occur to them to test your knowledge. War and Peace, it's so long and boring. This worked every single time. It only takes 1 second to say, oh, John F. Kennedy, that bullet could never have done what it did, and it takes hours to prove that the bullet could have done exactly what it did, because people don't know what they don't know. They don't know the information they don't have. And this is how, and look, we do it on the right. There was that thing about the Pizzagate. It only takes a second to say Hillary Clinton is peddling children for sex, right? And it's so out of this world that it sounds believable somehow. Who would say something like that if it weren't true? And how do you disprove it? How do you disprove that a pizza store, is selling children in a tunnel underneath the White House or whatever the hell it was? It's very, very hard to do. If you say something, this works, by the way, at the highest levels of thought. If people say to you, very soon, science is going to prove that the self doesn't exist. It's simply a matter of chemicals and electricity. It takes 1 second to say that. It's nonsense. It is nonsense. There's a person sitting there proving to you that he doesn't exist, and that he can tell that himself, yourself, is a hallucination. There's a difference between a hallucination and reality, and he, who is a hallucination, can tell the difference between hallucination and reality. He's talking rot, but it takes forever to prove that it's not true. This Russian thing,